Hello everyone and welcome to this video for Men's Minds Matters. I am your host Aaron Ryder, and today I'm going to be talking about coping and calming strategies. So a while back I put out a video that was the anger warning signs and how to identify what your anger signs were, and then how to understand and use them to your benefit. So on this particular video, what I'm going to do is tell you how to calm those emotions back down. Coping and calming strategies. So what are they and how do we use them? So first of all, if you struggle with anger a lot, the first thing you want to do is keep a log of it. When you are angry, or shortly after you've been angry, write it down. Why you were angry, what led up to it, what were the triggers, what were your anger warning signs, and keep a log of that. And if you do that on a regular basis for every few weeks, if you struggle with anger, you're going to notice that patterns start to emerge. And when you start to notice those patterns, you can determine your triggers. What makes you angry? What makes you anxious? What gets you upset? And when you determine your triggers, you can make a plan that will help you deal with those triggers in a more efficient way, as well as calm yourself back down when you get triggered. The other thing that you can do is you can engage in things like breathing techniques or meditation to help you calm down. You can also take a time out, which of course will help you engage in those breathing and meditation strategies. And then you can also use something called a diversion. And we're going to get to those in the second part of the video real quick. But a diversion is basically something that helps take your mind off of what is making you angry. So when you take a time out, you can do the breathing, but you can also use a diversion. So let me, one quick note on that. Do not let diversions turn into avoidance. And that is a big thing. I may do a video here in the future about avoidance and how to avoid avoiding things, but diversions are designed to help us get our mind off of what's going on and get us back into a regular state, a more regulated state, where we can deal with a problem ahead of us. If we are using diversions to avoid the problem, then we're not solving the problem. We're just escaping and never dealing with the issue at hand. So diversions are good, but don't let them be something that gets in the way of you dealing with a problem. Now, I want to give a quick story. A while back, I had an issue that had bothered me a lot, and it upset me. And so I had used a diversion, and I'll talk about the different diversions, but this particular diversion that I used was a diversion of doing a project or cleaning in the home. I had got something that upset me. I took a break from what I was doing. I went in my furnace room, and I have some pipes that I'm insulating, and I did that, and I worked on that for a little while. And when I came back from that, after about an hour or two, I checked my email, and lo and behold, there was a follow-up email to the email that got me mad that just made everything okay again. It straightened out and clarified what the problem was. So in that case, by using a diversion, I was able to keep myself from reacting angrily to a situation and making a problem. So what are the diversions? Let me give you some, and I'll talk about what it is, what I think works best, and also you decide what works best for you. Number one, take a walk, a run, or a bike ride. So get out of the house, get some fresh air, do something physical. Whatever it is you do, if it's a walk or a bike ride, whatever, all of those are great things. But get out of the house and do something that is moving. Hey, and if you got a dog, I bet they would love it if you took them if you took them with you. Next, read a book. Great way to do it. I personally like audiobooks. I like listening to them. So read a book. That is another great diversion. Clean or organize. I just mentioned this, right? If you are a mean cleaner, and I've heard a lot of people use this one. This is very common for adults. And what I love about this one is it's based off of the idea that you might still have 99 problems, but a clean house isn't one of them. And so when you clean and organize, maybe you aren't fixing the problem that's making you angry, but you're fixing another problem. And as I mentioned earlier, when I did a home project and worked in my furnace room for a little bit, turns out the problem took care of itself. And when I came back to it, I was in a much better state to deal with it. And in that particular case, the problem wasn't even a problem anymore. Work on a craft or a hobby. If you like to do puzzles or diamond painting or draw or paint, whatever it is that you like to do, work on that. I'm a woodworker. I like to go out in my shop and do things. I also have some, I enjoy hunting and shooting, and so I go in my workshop and work on that stuff. Listen to music. This is a big one, especially music that will help center you and bring you back down. Write in a journal, or in many cases, just talk to a recorded journal, and that is sufficient because there is benefit in speaking your mind and getting your thoughts out. Exercise or practice a sport. Whatever sport it is that you enjoy, get out there and do it. Call a friend. And by call a friend that can help. Not all friends are good for this kind of stuff, but call a friend that you know that you can gripe to and that you can talk to, and they'll help calm you down. Play with a pet. That is what they're there for, right? That is why we love our pets, because we can talk to them and they listen, and they will cuddle with us, and we can hold them. And what a great way to get off some of those frustrations. Play a game, whether that be a video game or a game on your phone. But again, be careful with this one especially, because mindlessly scrolling through social media is not a good diversion. In fact, studies have shown that will not help you calm down. It will actually make you more amped up. So play a game, but make sure that it's not something like on social media. Bake or cook. I know some people who were angry bakers, and they were fantastic at it. That was their thing. I've worked with a lot of people who do that. Just make sure that you don't angry eat, because that can cause some physiological problems over time. And then watch a movie. Again, I give that caution that watching a movie is a great way for a diversion, but you don't want to overdo it. All right. So when you use these diversions and when you use these techniques, it will help you to calm down your anger. But remember that ultimately you are responsible for those things. So make sure that you are using the anger warning signs that I presented in a previous video, and then using these other techniques as well to help you stay calm during difficult situations. So thank you very much for watching. We encourage you to like and share these videos, as well as subscribe so that we can keep putting these videos out. Thanks again. I'm Aaron Ryder, and I appreciate you joining us for this video. Have a good day.